And
We are live. We are live on my personal Facebook page, Karen Lobo Kaulana. Aloha, everybody. How is your Tuesday night going in March 8th? By the way, this is International Women's Day. It's International Women's Day. I'm so excited to be with my guest, Lani Almanza. Can you guys all see Lani? Hi, Lani.
hello, good evening, everyone.
I am so excited to bring this interview to you because Lani is an amazing person and she just does so much in the community to help others. And I wanted her to be able to share with you all what she does and what she offers. And she just worked with my youth group and it was really great. And she can do workshops with your group. She has health products and wellness products and all kinds of wonderful things to share with you all. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Lani, so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're
Very
you're very, very welcome. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes for people to hop on, but welcome to Healing Hawaii with Karen Kaulana. I'm Karen Kaulana, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. And I hope you're all able to tune in to hear about Lani Almanza and all the things she offers. Her website, her business is called Alaka'i Associates, and her website is www.alakaiassociates.com. ALAKAI, Alaka'i Associates.com. And so this is Healing Hawaii with Karen Kaulana, and I want to welcome my guest tonight from Alaka'i Associates, Lani Almanza. So official welcome, Lani.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you here. I like what you're wearing. Are you wearing, it almost looks like a kimono jacket kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh, it looks really cool. Very, very cool.
One of my favorites. Green's one of my favorites.
Oh, green? Really?
Green and blue. And I just, living in Hawaii with our environment, how can green and blue not be favorite colors?
Yeah, that is so awesome. Green and blue is perfect. It's all around us here in Hawaii. So perfect. Well, I'm going to jump in. Hopefully people will hop on this interview. I also will upload it to YouTube later, to my Healing Hawaii with Karen Kaulana channel. And then I'll post the link so that you can watch it later, because I know Facebook has some weird, funky things with its features to watch it afterwards. So watching it live is the best. And then if you want, you can watch it later as well. But we are welcoming Lani Almanza to the show. She's with Alaka'i Associates. That is her business name. And her website is alakaiassociates.com. And I'm so excited because not only is she going to share, but she's going to do an activity with you all that was really good for us, my youth group and I. So you guys will get to do it. And in this world, crazy world right now, we need moments of stillness, breathing, meditation. Wouldn't you agree, Lani? We need this. This is part of self-care.
Right. Now more than ever, I think people are tuning into the need for self-care.
Yeah, I mean, really, you just need to quiet the mind, get in touch with the body, be in the moment, be still. I mean, people have said this for years, but just the stillness, we need moments of that because everybody's so crazy busy. My schedule is filling up already. And I'm like, did we learn nothing from COVID to like calm down, be still, slow down, pause. Well, I always start my show off with a prayer. And so I did this prayer the last interview I did, which is the make me an instrument of your peace, Lord, which is the St. Francis peace prayer. A lot of people call it the peace prayer by St. Francis. And I thought I'm going to just say it again because of everything that's going on in the world. I want to just lift up peace and love and compassion and safety and wellness for everybody, anybody's battling cancer, COVID, any illness, and just for all of us to find and connect to that source within us that emulates that peace and love and mercy and compassion. And also for the people of Ukraine right now, to keep them safe and well and protected, and to end war. Have we learned nothing from history either? So to end the war and to bring about peace, to really bring about peace, even for the Russian people too, for the Russian people and for the Ukrainian people, but especially for Ukraine and the Ukrainian people, that they may find peace and that there may be peace in the world. So if you have any intentions that you want to just lift up, no matter what your faith is, no matter what your beliefs are, we just lift them up to the source, the creator of all, whatever that name is that you may call it. We lift that up today, and in unison, we ask to hear our prayers and that it may be answered. It may be answered. So I'm going to start the show with this very peaceful and healing prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. In Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Bless all of you. Bless you, Lani. Thank you so much for being here. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. Born and raised in Hawaii. Mostly, well, my whole life I've lived on the windward side of Oahu. And I am the mother of four, the grandmother of four,
Wow.
and a graduate from UH Manoa, master's in communication. I love our environment, particularly through my youngest son, Jacob, became very connected with the honu, the green sea turtle, and the kohola, the humpback whale. And that kind of segues into why Alaka'i Associates got started. So do you want me to just keep going here? Or?
Yeah, you can keep going. And you know what I always wanted to ask you? Why the name? Why Alaka'i Associates? And what does Alaka'i mean?
Perfect. So Alaka'i means mentor or helper. Some people say coach. And I purposely did not want to have it mean like a life coach kind of thing. It's to me, an Alaka'i is not something that is you don't go to school and get certified to be an Alaka'i. It's something that comes from within. And it was actually, the name was actually given to me by a very dear mentor and friend who actually tomorrow is the anniversary of his passing, along with my son, Jacob, who helped me with my very first logo almost 20 years ago. So after I finished my master's degree, after my kids and my husband all finished school, I went back and finished mine, and started Alaka'i Associates as a personal and professional development consulting business. But it was shortly thereafter that my son Jacob, at the age of 19, was diagnosed with a brain tumor, medulloblastoma, and our lives took a 360-degree spin, and I put Alaka'i on hold. And I then ended up working for the American Cancer Society for 15 years. And as I approached my 60th birthday and then seeing retirement on the horizon, I knew that I wanted to bring Alaka'i Associates back in some way, and realized that I had spent all this time in this disease-focused space with the American Cancer Society, doing good things for patients and their families, but I really wanted to focus more on the wellness and the preventative things that we can do so that we don't end up in that disease state. And so one of the first things I did was redesign my website and start a blog. And very ambitiously started my blog, was writing every day at the beginning because I thought I had a lot to say, and realized I wasn't, after about 6 months, that was hard to maintain that pace. And so I also realized that I really wanted to provide more content in my blogs. And so really needed to, do a little bit more research on what I wanted to say and provide resources along with my blog. So it began to expand. And then as I was nearing retirement in 2020, really decided that what I wanted to do with Alaka'i was facilitate wellness retreats. And had one all planned and ready to go. And then we know what happened in 2020. Everything got shut down. And I really, now looking back on it, realized that that probably was the universe telling me that, well, I had this retreat ready to go called Rest and Reset. I needed to do that for myself first before I could do it for others. And so just kind of took 2020 to find how it all aligned for me. And part of that alignment came a year ago when I met a woman who had just started a new nonprofit called Gimme A Break, which is a nonprofit that cares for caregivers. And our personal and professional paths overlapped, and we had similar missions with our organizations and businesses. And so I started partnering with them, initially doing small wellness seminars via Zoom mostly. And then we partnered with a summer retreat last year for caregivers, which was awesome. And that really made me realize what the future of Alaka'i was all about. That it was about helping others lead activated lives. And in helping others, and you mentioned it in the prayer, it's giving and receiving. It's two hands. And so the giving part of it is I work with nonprofits and small groups like I did with Karen's group, and even individuals to provide wellness workshops, seminars, or even one-on-one assessments, wellness assessments. And the other side of that then became the receiving part is with my wellness products. So in sharing my wellness products and helping people use them. Again, it's the helping part that I like and the sharing part that I like. The benefits of receiving income from that is great, but the motivation is really about helping bring people to wellness.
That is really incredible. I don't know how you did it, caring for your son and going to school and carrying all that, and then learning to care for yourself, and now sharing that with others is just amazing, Lani.
And that was really where my biggest lesson was in learning about self-care, was when I was in that journey with Jacob for 3 years. He passed away in 2005, and realized that if I didn't figure out a way to do self-care and stress management, I was not going to be there for him or the rest of my family in a way that was healthy. And so really had to find these strategies that were beneficial for me. And what I realized was that there's a lot of this information out there, a lot of people getting paid a lot of money to do seminars for this. But for me, it was about keeping it simple, that a lot of it is very basic stuff that we know intuitively, or that we've learned, and we easily forget it if we don't develop a habit around it when our lives become busy or distracted or we're in crisis.
Yeah. Was Jacob your, and I'm so sorry for the loss of your son. He sounds amazing, like an amazing soul. Um, was he your oldest or your youngest or in between?
Yeah, youngest of four. Yeah.
Youngest of four. Okay. Wow. And that retreat that you first started with, that rest and reset, that sounds really like so needed right now. Have you done it
Yeah.
since then? I mean, have you been able to do that retreat?
I have not, but it's definitely on the planning calendar for this, if not this year, next year. I've actually been talking to other people and forming ideas about other retreats as well. So things like creativity and just finding your joy. So kind of expanding the horizon on that, but definitely the rest and reset one is one that I really do want to do
How
in the near
long is
future.
that? How long is that retreat? The rest and
It's a
reset.
weekend. It's a weekend. So from Friday night to Sunday morning.
Oh, wow. So it's 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Or 2 day or 1.5 day or something like that. Friday night to Sunday morning, you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So
Yeah.
it's a sleepover retreat where you really come away from everything else of the world and you just focus on rest and reset.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh. Can you do it? I want to come to that. I don't know if I have time in my schedule, but I so need a retreat like that, a rest and reset. And people can book this with you, or through you as well for their organizations, their groups, their
Yeah.
company, even friends, a group of friends could come together and do this retreat, right?
Well, yeah. So if there was a large enough group to, cover the costs and things. So the retreats there is a cost to them. My other seminars, my wellness seminars that I keep to under an hour that I do for nonprofits and small groups, those I do for free as part of my give back to the community. But definitely for larger groups or corporate groups or that kind of, retreat, there would be a cost to that.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about your workshops and seminars that are an hour or less that you offer to small groups and nonprofits that you did for us. You did two of yours for us, for our
Okay.
youth group, and you do this for all different ages, adults. You did it for teens with my group. Can you talk about the different ones you offer and what you offer?
And that's one of the reasons that I've kept it kind of simple in structure so that it is adaptable for all different ages. So the first one, so I kind of have a trio of them right now. The first one is a discovery journal workshop. And you actually create a journal in that workshop and do a little bit of introspection as you do that creative activity. And the second one is the self-care, 10 steps, 10 simple steps to self-care. No, I'm sorry, simple steps to self-care. The next one is 10 steps to stress management. So I'm kind of building from one, sort of that introspection, learning about some self-care habits in the next one, and then we take a little bit deeper dive in the stress management one.
Yeah, cool. So, and you like to do them, if people are going to do more than one, you like to do it in that order, the discovery journal, and then the steps
Yes.
to self-care, and then the 10 steps, 10 tips for stress management.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, you did two of them with my group, the self-care and the stress management. And you were
Yeah.
also able to do a wellness assessment with them to see where their stress level was at. And that was really good for people to see. It's like a little assessment she does. But not only does she present, but she does activities that you participate in and engage in and do with her as well. Um, and the discovery journal we didn't get to do with you, but I'm so looking forward to one day doing that with you, because can you tell me a little bit about each one? So like the discovery journal, you actually have them create a journal like you said and decorate the cover and almost like a vision board, right?
Yeah, and that's really how it all came to be. This particular workshop was that I had done vision board workshops in the past, and um, everybody kind of does that at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
And the discovery journal part, I actually got the idea from a book called Simple Abundance by Sarah Brand-Brenick,
Yes, love her.
which I read years and years ago. And she does it with a blank artist sketchbook and just says, just put pictures in there that capture your attention, make you feel good. And then my daughter, she is a principal at elementary school, and she started creating these little notebooks for herself because she needed something that was easily portable to take notes when she went from an observation in a classroom to a meeting in the hall with a teacher, or then to another meeting with faculty, so that she could keep track of her day, her busy day. And then she started making a couple for me. And here, I can show you one. This is the cover of one of them.
Oh,
So
I
it's
love
simply
that.
a composition book. So it's, you can take notes in it. And if people can use a lined one or a blank one, whichever you choose, whatever your preference is. And then we go through and cut out, words, pictures. You can use stickers. You can, whatever. I ask people to start with 3 questions to kind of get them in the thought process of where they want to go with this. And then as we put it together, it's really interesting to watch people's discovery as they do this, that and I tell them it's different than a vision board, because a vision board is really looking at something specific. A lot of people do it aligned with goals.
Right, to manifest something yeah.
And so this one is really sort of taking that idea to this sort of macro level of, well, first let's discover what is important to us, what brings us joy, what brings us peace. And so when people do that, it really takes them in a different direction than maybe a vision board or a goal poster. And I recently also did one with the guests at Hope Lodge, which is the American Cancer Society's free residence for patients while they're on Oahu. And I really was touched by the fact that they've made it sort of an ongoing activity for people as guests come in and out to create this discovery journal. And if somebody's, artistic, they might like a blank one that they can draw in, put art in. For others, they actually use it as a journal. For some of the cancer patients and their caregivers, they were actually using it to take notes when they went to, the doctor visits, kind of thing. So it really allows for people to use it and discover what's best for them.
You said you started with 3 questions. What are the 3 questions that you start with for them to start their discovery journal?
Let me hang on 1 second. I'm trying
Okay.
to. What finds you peace?
What?
Where do you find joy? And where do you want to go?
Ooh. Ooh. What brings you peace? Or where do you find peace?
What brings you peace, or where do you find peace? What brings you joy? And where do you want to go?
Wow. Where do you want to go, meaning like just in life?
I leave it at that and let people take it where they want to.
Oh, I love that.
Some people have a very narrow scope of where they want to go. That might be their goals, is that I want to, take a trip, or I want to get a new job. And other people is, I want to go, see the world, or I want to go to the beach more often, kind of thing. So it really allows for people to sort of be introspective and discover what is important to them before we move on to the self-care. So again, we are starting with this idea of introspection, and then self-care is looking at simple strategies to develop the habits for self-care, some basic things that, like I said, we all know that we need to eat more, eat healthy, exercise more, and get better sleep. We need to be better hydrated. But a lot of times we don't know how to even start with one of those. So that's kind of what the workshop takes you through, is kind of looking at the different parts of your life, and then where do you want to start? And we create some starting points for that.
Yeah, the self-care was great. That workshop was great. You went through a bunch of different things we need to keep in mind, and things that we may already know, but things that we need reminders of, and also some new things, like all kinds of things that you shared with us, which was really, really helpful. So that was a great one.
And so, like you said, I do this in this particular order because then when we get to the stress management, we're really taking that deeper dive and doing that assessment on where is the stress in your life? How are you responding to that? And then providing some strategies of how to build in better responses so that you can better manage the stress in your life. Because we all have stress. It's part of life. You can't have no stress. And people have taken the word stress and made it something bad. Not all stress is bad. In fact, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours today, and he said that stress gives him energy, like sort of that pressure gives him energy to get things done. And that could be, but when it becomes something chronic that your body doesn't have time to recover, you don't have the tools to reset from that stress, then that starts to affect your health and your wellness. It starts to break down your immune system. And so by providing these simple strategies that, people can employ to, okay, I have a little toolbox of things that I can reach into when I start feeling that stress become overwhelming.
Yes. And so you had many different tips and activities, and you did some with us. And the stress management one is a little bit more intense out of all the workshops, because you dive into some of those activities. And we're going to share one with us tonight, right?
Yes. So again, this is something that everybody on the planet does all the time, and we don't pay attention to how we do it, and that's breathe. And when you're stressed, you don't even realize that your breathing patterns are becoming constricted and that you're not getting enough oxygen to support your wellness, support your brain, oxygen in your blood. So breathing techniques are important, just to remind us that we need to kind of step back once in a while, take those deep breaths. And so one of my favorite ones is called the 4 square. And so if you imagine a square, we're going to start at the lower left-hand corner. And as you inhale, you're going up that side of the square to the count of 4. And then at the top, going across, you hold to the count of 4. Coming down, you exhale to the count of 4. And then again, hold to the count of 4. So everybody want to do that with me? We'll do it a couple of times. All right, so here we go. All right, so starting, we're going to go up, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, down, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Okay, big breaths in. 1, 2, 3, 4, across, hold, 3, 4, down, exhale, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So doing that, just a couple times a day. When I was working full time, I would catch myself, being at my computer for like 2 hours straight, and even forgetting to, stay hydrated. And so I created timers and reminders to breathe and get hydrated every hour. So, and they say it's even better if you can do it every 45 minutes. But it's really easy for us to forget those basic things that are important to our wellness.
So you try to do it every hour, this particular breathing exercise or some kind of breathing exercise?
When I was working full time in the office and back and forth to meetings and stuff, I did, because it was stressful at times, most of the time. And so I did try to, at least have a reminder. And sometimes I wouldn't necessarily stop, but the reminder was there. And so it just reminded me, even if it was just like, okay, one big breath is, if I didn't do the 4 square, it at least reminded me that I needed to stop and take a breath, maybe get hydrated. Before I went into a meeting, I would do that for sure. Just to kind of reset my mental framework.
Wow. And when you do the 4 square, do you do it twice like we just did it? Or do you do it 3 times, or how often?
However long you think is necessary for you to come back to a relaxed breathing state.
I like the
So
4
it could
square
be,
because you can imagine the square, because I'm very visual. So that's something very
and
simple. You don't need anything. You just imagine the square and you do those breaths. Yeah. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I would definitely say do it at least 3 times. That's kind of a normal practice, is 3 big deep breaths, or do the 4 square 3 times to really get that reset.
Wow, nice. I know I've been on a healing journey for myself for a while now, and so I know that we get into like different parts of our nervous system when we're anxious, when we're stressed, and the big term now is to get back into ventral vagal nervous system, which is your center, your peace, your calm. Mastin Kipp even colorizes it, so get into green instead, your color, instead of yellow and red. This is based on polyvagal theory. So anyway, there's science behind all this about
Absolutely.
really centering your nervous system, because that helps you to heal too, to be healthy, well, heal, digest, breathe, everything, when you're able to just take that stillness moment, breathe intentionally, intentional breaths like that. So powerful. It's something so simple like that 4 square, but so healthful and beneficial.
Yeah. And a simple reminder could be just I don't know if I have, here, a little tiny post-it square, to put it on your computer screen or your mirror or the back of your phone, just to remind you to do that activity.
And that reminds me, you also provided little packets for our youth group with stuff in there for the stress management. Right. And in your packets, you had the Post-it notes. You had a lifesaver. What's the lifesaver for?
So yeah, the packet that comes with the stress management workshop is, like you said, I try to make it get people engaged and interactive with it. And so the lifesaver candy in there goes along with what I call the lifeboat theory. And one of the tools in stress management is to have to identify those people who are your lifesavers, the people that are going to throw you the life vest, the people that you want in your lifeboat. And it's really important to have at least 3, preferably 5 of those people that that you could call anytime, day or night, that they're going to be there to support you.
Wow, that's really good. And sometimes for people it's hard because they can only name one, but even if you have only one of those in your life, that's really good. And then how can we be there for others? in that
Right.
way too, to be that lifesaver. Sometimes that's not so easy though. We have our own stuff going on and we can't be. But um and I'm learning to be compassionate with ourselves when we can and can't be. Um but yeah, it's so helpful to know who your lifesavers are. The other fun thing in your little packet for the stress management was the blower, the party blower. The party blower is so fun. Why did you put the party blower in there?
So that was for the take 10. So sometimes we need to take a break. We need to step away. You know, and if you feel like you're gonna blow a gasket, just take your party blower and go outside and blow the heck out of that thing until you feel calm again.
I like that. And that was fun because her party blower made a noise, you know, like it was a
Yeah,
noise maker and it unrolls that party blower
yeah,
thing and it was so much fun. So it's like tooting your own horn in a way, but also
yeah.
getting your stress out. Getting your stress out by blowing the party blower. So if you ever in a party store or whatever and you see party blowers, just get some and then have them on hand so that you
Yeah,
can
but you gotta make
deal
sure
with your stress. Yeah, go ahead.
the whistle,
Oh, the
because they have
whistle.
them now that don't have the whistle in them. And I had bought some of those for another session that I did. I was like, well, that's no fun.
Oh yeah, it's got to have the sound, the whistle, the sound that goes with it, letting out your stress. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a simple way if you can't get to a rage room. Now they have a thing
yeah.
called a rage room. You heard about that, Lani, where you can just
Or you
smash
can have
things?
your scream pillow, you know, your designated pillow that you just go and do your scream into.
Yeah, I know a lot of people and myself included just want to scream sometimes. You just want to just scream with the loudest voice and let
Yeah.
out all your stress and stuff and it's helpful too. So yeah, the
Oh yeah, it is.
scream pillow, the party blower helps though, blowing that party blower.
It's a safe and fun way to get your stress out.
Yeah, yeah, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. Okay, so these workshops, these little seminars, less than an hour, the journal, discovery journal, the self-care, the stress management, these she offers for free for small groups and organizations. So you can go to her website, alakaiassociates.com, alakaiassociates.com and check out those seminars that she offers and workshops, and they're really fun but they're also really helpful and they give you great tips. And before we move on to all the services you have and the health products you have, also the wellness products, um you also had us doing the high five, which is a book that came out from Mel Robbins, the high
Right?
five habits. She also is the one that has a book about 5 4 3 2 1, the countdown, which you use
The 5 second
also.
rule.
The 5 second
Yeah.
rule, the 5 second rule, which is also really helpful. So when you need to do something or you're procrastinating or even to get out of bed in the morning, you just count 5 4 3 2 1 and you get up and you do it. You count down like a rocket and you do it. And has that
Yeah,
helped you?
absolutely. So I started, her first one was the 5 second rule. And I recommend both of them because one of the things I like about her is that all of her, even though she presents it in a very fun way, it's backed by neuroscience, brain
Yes.
science. So she does a lot of research, and the 5 second rule came out of something that she had seen a rocket launch in a time where she was under some big stress and not being able to sort of get herself motivated, and that started to help her. And so she did the research to find out, why is that working, you know, why is this countdown working? And so the science behind it has to do with our reticular activating system, that we can flip the switch on that, and it only happens if you count backwards. um, and
Oh.
then and then she started doing research on the high five, because it's something that we do so often to other people. But to do it to yourself in the mirror triggers another brain activity, brain switch, that your your brain only recognizes the person in the mirror as another person. And so it's already conditioned to say that that high five action is a positive action towards someone. And so when you do that to yourself in the mirror, you're reinforcing that positive action towards yourself. And it's interesting, and you can share a little bit about what's happened since you guys started doing it, how that impacts people, and how for some people it's very difficult to give themselves a high five in the mirror.
Yeah, it's not so easy. And you got to remember it. So she ties it to brushing her teeth. So every time she
Yeah.
brushes her teeth in the morning, she gives herself a high five in the mirror. So we're talking about Mel Robbins, Mel Robbins, Robbins, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
I follow her on Instagram. She's great. And so that's her two books. She has others, I think, but the 5 second rule and the high five habit. And the high five habit is high fiving yourself in the mirror every day, every morning when you start off your day, and that there is science behind it, like Lani said. So you really are like high fiving yourself, and it really helps you mentally, emotionally to give yourself some positive energy, some positive feedback, some confidence. And so my group and I have been doing this. We've been doing the high five. So I was texting them every morning to remind them, and then texting my friends too to remind them to do the high five. And um yeah, one of my friends said it's really helping. It's helping her, and we're all finding it very, very useful and helpful. It keeps us positive. It keeps us more confident. It's a great way to start the day. It's hard to look at myself in the mirror, especially in the morning, because my eyes are still like, it's like hardly open. I have the sheepish turtle
Exactly
eyes.
why I
And
do it in the morning, because my hair is all over the place. I'm brushing my
mm,
teeth. My eyes are still puffy, and it's like, all right, you go, girl. It's like, even looking like that, you still are awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And so you high five yourself in the mirror. I have to like wipe down the mirror after though, because I get all my handprints on the mirror. Does that happen to you?
Yeah, and it was interesting when she first brought out the book and did the high five challenge. There were people was like, do I really have to touch the mirror? Because I'm really a clean freak and I don't want fingerprints on the mirror. She's like, get as close as you can. It's more the action towards that person that counts.
Yeah, I remember she tells this story of her husband was so like, this is all woo woo, and like not really believing this whole high five thing. And she said, just do it for a week. Just do it
Yeah.
for a week and just see what happens. And then he was like so surprised that it really worked. Like just a simple thing of high fiving yourself in the mirror every morning will take you out of like depression thoughts and anxiety, stress, just all kinds of things. It just keeps you positive in all kinds of ways. So, and there is science behind it, which is pretty incredible. So that's called the high five habit. But high five your reflection every day, because you are awesome. You are awesome, Lani. You are awesome out there. You are awesome. So high five yourself every day in the mirror, looking at your reflection in the mirror. So yeah, that was a fun one. We all, my youth group and I had fun with that one and doing that every day. Um, you have a lot of things on your website, including wellness products. So you also do consultations as well. Like, what are the other services that you offer before we go into the wellness products?
So I will do a free 30-minute wellness assessment with someone, and it's kind of taking them through a couple of the assessment tools that I use in the self-care and stress management workshop. And what that is to help me help you find then maybe what are the best wellness products that we can get you started on to start a new wellness path. So I really try to do those, for individuals to kind of get them moving on a new wellness path.
And those are free, those wellness consultations?
Yes.
Wow. In this day and age, it's really hard to come across resources that are like this personal coaching, not just online information, and that is free. I mean, I know that you're not coaching, but like, but this personal time, that is
Yeah.
free.
And that's, it's like, I believe that if I can give this to someone, if I can open the door to these resources and to my wellness products, I can give 30 minutes of my time for free or an hour of my time for free, because I know that the wellness products that I have are going to be so beneficial, that I will reap the benefits from that as people start to use them. And they will reap the benefits themselves too. And so for me, it's really, again, about how can I help people live healthier, activated lives? Because we all have felt this pressure building over these last 2 years, especially. And there really is a trend because of that, towards wellness, more focus on wellness. People had the time to sit back and assess what was going on in their lives, forced to make a change, sometimes forced to slow down. And as we start to ramp up again, it's like, okay, well, how do we carry some of those lessons that we learned in slowing down forward with us to maintain the health that we may have gained? I know for me, over the last 2 years, being on the products that I share, my health has improved tremendously. I was able to eliminate chronic migraines and IBS.
Wow.
In the last year, I've been able to lose 20 pounds without doing a whole lot more than activating. It's what we have are cellular activators. So it looks like a pill, it looks like a supplement, but it actually activates at the cellular level so that your cells are doing what they were designed to do, and build and boost your immune system.
So tell us about this. Now, this is not your personal wellness products. These are products you found that have helped you and family and friends, and that you are selling.
Yep. So I'm going to share my website here.
Okay.
And take you to there's a company called Life Vantage. And so
Life
this
Vantage.
is my,
okay, so it's Life Vantage products. Okay.
And so you can go to my page and learn more about them. The NRF2 is the premier, or the first product that was introduced. And for anyone that's interested in learning more about this, I'd love to send them a little introductory video. But I don't know if anybody remembers the ABC primetime show with John Quinones, where he would try to debunk things.
Yes, yes.
And so he tried to debunk this product because it will reduce the oxidative stress in your blood by 40% in 30 days. That's what we have over 30 peer-reviewed studies that prove this science.
Wow.
But at the time, I think there was only about 9 studies. And so he was trying to debunk it. He took blood tests before he started taking it. And within 2 weeks, his oxidative stress was already reduced from what they would say the age of a 40-year-old to that of a 20-year-old.
Wow.
And so he was like, wow, this stuff really is, really works. And it's really it really is a breakthrough in what's called nutrigenomics, which is how we can use nutrition to impact our genes and our cellular makeup. So, I like science things, obviously. I like things that are backed by science.
Yeah.
And that's what really caught my attention, was that it has so much science behind it, and it's all natural. So this particular product is made up of 5 herbs that have been used in ancient Chinese medicine, Hawaiian medicine, Native American medicine for centuries. And they were able to find the right compound, synergistic compound, that turns on a particular cellular pathway to your immune system. So really, breakthrough information, breakthrough products, and on the forefront of nutrigenomics.
That's so cool. How much does something like this cost?
So the 30-day supply of the Pro Tandem is I think it's about $50.
Okay. Okay.
So a 30-day supply. And then one of the other things that I love to share is, let me see if I can get to our.
You have all kinds of products. I see skincare, hair care, pet products.
Yeah.
Your
I'll tell you a
skin,
story about, I'll
your
tell you a story
skin
about
looks
the pet.
amazing. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank
Sorry.
So just our energy drink, the Axio, again, made with natural ingredients, and it is, while we call it an energy drink, it really is a nootropic, which is brain food. So it actually crosses the blood-brain barrier to help create mental focus and clarity, and just give you that even energy that carries you throughout the day. So yeah, I'll go back to the product list there. So on the pet products, so we took the NRF2 Pro Tandem and they developed it for pets because every living, breathing thing on the planet has oxidative stress created by free radicals that attack us from our environment, our food, all over. So they created this for pets because pets don't have a placebo effect. And so you can see the results in a pet pretty quickly. And so we have an aging cat, and about a year and a half ago, she was not doing so well. And we thought maybe, it was her time. And I thought, well, let me try this. She didn't like the pet version because it's really designed with a flavor for dogs and horses. So we found out from a vet, you can take the human one and cut it into sizes based on their weight. And so we started giving it to her. And within 2 days, going from being very lethargic and not really moving or eating very much, she was running up the coconut tree in our front yard.
Wow.
And we were and we thought, well, maybe that's just kind of a fluke. She's still here 2 years later.
Wow.
So, we're thankful that had something to do with her longevity.
And you can use it for dogs, cats, horses, you said.
And bunnies,
Bunnies.
like I said, and if they don't like the taste of the pet one, like I said, you can take the human NRF2 Pro Tandem and cut it down by weight.
Got it. And you have skincare and hair care products. And by the way, are these all, they're chemical based, natural, plant based?
All natural based. So there's an app called Think Dirty, which rates skincare and personal care products from 0 to 10 on their toxicity. And our products all range between 0 and 2.
Wow.
So 10 being the highest toxicity, 0 being none.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, everything is plant-based and backed by science.
And you have products that have helped people with like autism and certain other things?
Yes, so some of the products, and I have to make a disclaimer here, is that because they are natural, plant-based products, like all vitamins and supplements, they are not approved by the FDA. The FDA is only there to approve pharmaceuticals. And we don't claim that they treat, mitigate, or cure any diseases. But we have some amazing testimonies of people who have been on these products for years. And sometimes the results are, within weeks or months. But we have had people, in fact, a couple of people on my team that have a child with autism and one with ADHD. Both of them have shown great improvements in their behavior and in school being on these products.
Taking which one for the autism and ADHD? Which one do they take?
Primarily, it's the NRF2 and the Axio.
Okay, so the Axio is that powder that you put in your drink, and it's like an energy drink, but from green tea extract.
Yeah.
And then that one that you showed us, that main capsules, that's
Right.
what they were taking. That takes away the oxidized stress in your blood.
Yeah. And,
Wow.
you know, we don't realize that we, you know, after the age of 20, our bodies start the aging process. That's inevitable. We all are going, you know, we all have a human endpoint on this process, but we want to age well, and age in health and not in pain. But like I said, we're being attacked by millions of free radicals every day that impact our cells' ability to function. And so without even knowing it, it's kind of like when you cut open an apple and leave it on the counter and it starts to turn brown, and then eventually it starts to get mushy, or just, you know, that here in Hawaii, anything that's metal, you leave it outside, it's going to get rusty. So we don't want our immune system to get rusty or become, you know, decayed. And so that's the oxidative stress that is happening to your cells. And so what these LifeVantage products do is, again, they help to repair and rebuild your immune system so that it can function at the healthy way that it's supposed to.
Wow. Are there products that you really love that you use all the time besides the main one that you showed us and the Axio powder for the energy drink?
I have to say I am a product of the products. We have converted most everything, you know, our hair care, our skin care, our personal care, because I know that it has this science behind it, and the benefits have been obvious for me, and for my family. My daughter had some skin cancer on her face that our skincare has cleared up.
Wow.
Yeah, just amazing. Like I said, amazing testimonies. And again, if anybody is interested in learning more about it, please contact me. I can send you information. I can send you videos, testimonials, or get you to one of our team meetings. We have them on Zoom almost on a weekly basis, or sometimes now that we can meet in homes, we're doing that as well.
Cool. And you have some samples of the Axio that you can get people to try to drink, uh, or some samples of some of the things that people could try.
So I do give out a sample of the Axio. That's because it's in individual packets, individual serving packets. The others are hard to sample because they come, you know,
A month
in a
supply.
full size.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. If somebody doesn't like it, doesn't like the smell of it, doesn't like the feel of it, doesn't like the taste of it, whatever the reason, 30-day, 100% money back guarantee.
Awesome. Wow. And any other stories that you want to share about any of the products and how it has helped you or people you know? I love that one about the pet, your cat, and the one with the skin issue, skin cancer. I mean, we can't claim that it's going to cure it, but it helped her. And so there are some really interesting testimonials with these products.
Well, when you mentioned, and thank you for mentioning my skin, but that was something a year ago, I guess it was, a little over a year ago. Because of COVID, I hadn't seen my sister that lives here on Oahu for almost a year. And New Year's Day, she came over, and the first thing she said to me was, "Did you get a skin peel or something? Because your face looks really good." She said, "Last time I saw you, you were starting to get some pretty dark brown spots, you know, sunspots, aging spots." She says, "But you look great." I said, "Well, thank you. I can tell you what it is." And then I have another friend who I had actually given her our hand cream as a gift, and she ran out of her regular face moisturizer. And she said, "Well, I'm just going to grab this, and it's kind of thick, but so I'll just use a little bit less," and started using that as a facial moisturizer. And she said within a month of doing that, people started commenting on her skin, and she already has gorgeous skin, pretty flawless skin. But she said people were just saying, you have a special glow, says, no, I'm not pregnant. But they noticed.
And that was her, that was, sorry to interrupt you, but that was her using the hand cream on her face.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, you have so much to offer. The wellness products, free consultation, a wellness consultation. You have your workshop, seminars. I can't wait for the rest and reset retreat. That sounds heavenly. Let me
I will make sure to, that about that when it comes up.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm looking at comments. Oh, Tevin said hi. Hi, Tevin. And he said, we going. I hope that's to the retreat. And then Savi said the skincare is amazing. All the products are excellent. Even the doggy bites have changed my pup's health. Wow.
Awesome.
Really, really great. This is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. Was there anything else that you want to share before you go?
I don't think so. I mean, certainly, again, if anybody has any questions, you can contact me through my website. The email is Lani_Almanza at alaka'iassociates.com. But it's on the website under the contact information. And yeah, questions, if you want to, I haven't had anybody actually use it yet, so I'm hoping my Calendly link for the 30-minute consultations is working. So you can try that if you want to book a 30-minute consultation.
Oh, cool.
And if anybody is interested in actually the business opportunity with LifeVantage, I'd love to share that too and have you join my team.
Awesome. Okay, so Alaka'i Associates.com is your website. www.alaka'iassociates.com. Go check out her website. Everything is there. Contact information, the wellness products, her workshops and seminars. All of it is on her website, alaka'iassociates.com. That's so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Lani.
Thank you for having me, giving me this time to share.
Oh, you're welcome. You're doing so much in the community. Wave to Savi and Tevin and everyone at Gimme A Break, who's also doing such great work in the community. I know they're open in Windward Mall now because Ohana Hale Marketplace closed. So now they have a new, closing. They have a new home in Windward Mall. So if you want to go visit them, Gimme A Break, which you are also involved in, Lani. And so you can go, and it's a respite for caregivers and support for caregivers, and they can get you resources and support. So check out Gimme A Break as well. You can Google them too and check out their website as GIMME, Gimme A Break. Is it .com or .org? I think it's .org. .org.
It's
.org. Okay, Gimme A Break, GimmeABreak.org.
Well, actually, theirs is GAB808.org.
Oh, that's right. That's right. GAB808.org. Thank you. GAB, Gimme A Break 808, GAB808.org to Give Me a Break. And that's for all people who are caregivers in whatever way you are a caregiver, a parent, a teacher, a person caring for someone who's ill, an aging parent. If you need resources, support, a pause and pamper. They know they do the pause and pamper events. They can go and check it out. GAB808.org. You guys are doing amazing work in the community for that. And a lot of that is free too right now, a lot of those services. So go check them out at Windward Mall, their new home at Windward Mall for Gimme A Break. And go check out and go check out Lani Almanza's website, Alaka'i Associates. alaka'iassociates.com. Thank you so much, Lani. Thank you.
Karen, thank you. Aloha, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Aloha, be well, and stay safe. God bless. Thank you.
Bye-bye.